Hello, everybody. You're very welcome to this, the fourth and final virtual open evening in Cavan Institute. My name is Brenda Hennessey and I'm Head of School of Creative Practices, Computing and Engineering. Between now and 9 o'clock, we're going to talk to you about and we're going to give you some insights into the courses offered in the Department of Music, Sound and Performing Arts at the Institute. You're going to hear from our tutors, Daire and Sue, and a little later on then from our students Dylan and a past student Laura, who are going to share their experience of spending a year or even 2 years with us at Cavan Institute in the Music, Sound and Performing Arts Department. If you have any questions, please use the live chat and our moderators will be busy answering your questions throughout the session. This evening we have Ciara, Aoife and Jerry as our moderators. There should be time. Well, hopefully there might be a bit of time for a Q&A session at the end before we finish up. But if you have any questions after the event at all, please log on to our website, use the live chat function there, or indeed email us and I'll remind you of how to do that at the end of the session. So without further ado, I think I am going to pass over to Daire. I think I'm going to pass on to Daire first. So over to you, Daire, going to talk about the music production course in Cavan Institute.
Yeah, hello everyone, how are you doing? My name is Daire O'Reilly and I'm going to talk about the music and sound production here at Cavan Institute. So music and sound production comprises of 2 years. With the first year is a level 5 QQI and a HNC, which is a higher national cert from BTEC, and this leads on to second year, which is a higher national diploma from BTEC. They stand alone in terms of qualifications, but they're very much so linked in terms of progression and ultimately lead on to higher entry to a level 7 degree course, or you're also very well positioned to go straight into the industry and start working. So this course is for anyone who wants to work in creative media world of sound. It has a huge amount of opportunities professionally, including the ones we all think of straight away, which is music production, which is recording, mixing and mastering music, and live sound and electronic music production, EDM. But it also has a huge amount of opportunities in composition for TV and film, post-production in audio for TV and film. So every TV show or every film you watch, there is a whole crew who are mixing the sound for that film and so on and so forth. There's on-location recording. There's audio-visual production, which is going into hotels or venues and providing sound and visuals for conferences and stuff like that. Sound designer for theatres. Radio production as a techie, but also as a radio host, a DJ. There's also TV production, podcasting, voiceover work, installation companies. Every business in the country really has some kind of system running through it, so companies that go in and install them. The non-techie music business careers, and you know the list goes on. It really is a wide and vibrant industry with lots and lots of opportunity. So we have state-of-the-art facilities here at Cavan Institute, including a recording studio, performance spaces, radio station, edit suites, computer rooms and workstations, and they're all stocked with industry standard equipment. So those resources are for you to use, the student, and they're not just for show. So in first year, you learn how everything works. So if you turn up that fader, for example, what does that do? So everyone starts in the same place and we work logically and appropriately through the year. In second year, we concentrate on getting really great results out of these tools. So the course, you know, it develops in a good logical order and it creates a really great learning environment. So the subjects that you would be studying are all geared towards being ready to work professionally in the industry. Not just the techie subjects, but also subjects that will help you navigate your career and make the right decisions for you. And a list of those subjects can be seen on our website, which is cavaninstitute.ie. The music and sound production courses also have some great additional industry certification that will put you ahead of your competitors in the working world. As part of second year, we provide courses to certify students in the world's biggest industry standard DAW, digital audio workstation, which is Pro Tools by Avid. So Cavan Institute is one of the only approved Avid training centres in Ireland. We we also facilitate certification in Audinate Stante networking, which really is bringing the audio world into the future. And it's one of those things that the employers really want from their employees. So it's a really great add-on to your HND. Connecting with industry specialists is important for us as course providers, and we do that on a regular basis, making sure that the course and in turn our graduates are ready for today's professional environment. So in addition, you could possibly do your work experience through the Erasmus program, meaning that you can travel to a different country with your classmates to experience different aspects of audio production in the working world. Finally, you are part of a bigger department, so you work closely with other students like the music and theatre performance students, which Sue will be talking about soon, and not to mention the multimedia department. You also get involved in lots of events throughout your time here, like the annual Win Big Song Contest, Canteen Jam Outs, and Cavan Institute Radio. So the activities, in fact, that you get involved in directly for your course are also very exciting. Throughout your 2 years, you do full multi-track recordings from start to finish. You run live events as the sound engineer. You get to produce your own original music, work in sound for TV and film, and you get to host radio shows. And this is just mentioning a few of the things. So your tutors guide you through these processes, and by the end of the course, you will be quite confident and experienced. So basically, you'll have a great time learning about the things that you love to do. So in a nutshell, that's music and sound production course at Cavan Institute. So now I'm going to pass you on to Dylan and Laura, who are past pupils of music and production course here at Cavan Institute. So thanks for listening, and Dylan, take it away.
Hi everyone, I hope you are all doing well. My name is Dylan Hickey, and I've just finished my second year of the music and sound production course in Cavan Institute. To say I've thoroughly enjoyed myself would be a little bit of an understatement. Unfortunately, this year was obviously a little different, but in first year I was completely on campus. From day one, there was a small class size. It immediately felt like a little family, and I feel like I've made lifelong friends at Cavan Institute. The small class sizes meant that everybody had ample time with all the equipment. So as Daire was mentioning, there's a fully equipped music studio. There's a desk, mics, amps, anything you could even think of needing as a music producer. There's also the completely equipped radio suite, and of course there's the fully equipped software in all of the computer labs, so you can finish all your mixes, or you can even finish your assignments. Obviously outside of the classroom as well, there's the canteen, and there's different clubs and societies, so you can really get to know your friends and get to know your mates in your class. In terms of my future after this course, I will be going on to a level 8 course for music and sound production in Dkit in Dundalk. Cavan Institute has fully prepared me for this. I've learned how to do academic writing. I've learned how to do some exam prep. I've even learned how to complete assignments to really high standard. So I'm fully prepared to jump into further education. On the other hand as well, if I wasn't going into further education, I feel like I'm completely ready to jump into the world of work. I've completed work experience. Cavan Institute has taught me interview techniques. I know how to complete my CV. So I feel fully prepared to jump into either aspect of the music production industry. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, this year was a little bit different. In terms of the online learning, I really don't feel like I missed out at all. Cavan Institute gave me any of the software that I needed to complete all of my work. We had emails, Microsoft Teams. We were even given a copy of Pro Tools, as Daire was mentioning earlier, and I was able to complete all my work, and now I'm even fully qualified in Pro Tools as well, which is great. So obviously my time in Cavan Institute is coming to an end, but if I was back 2 years ago and making the choice again, I definitely would jump into the music and sound production course at Cavan Institute. So I guess that's my advice. Just give it a shot. Best of luck, and thanks very much for listening to me this evening, and I hope you have a great evening.
Thanks for that, Dylan. Hi everyone, my name is Laura Fitzpatrick, and I studied the music and sound production course at Cavan Institute from 2012 to 2014. Before I enrolled in Cavan Institute, I just finished my Leaving Cert, and I had no idea what career path I wanted to take. I always had an interest in music, but because I didn't study music in school, I felt that route wasn't actually an option for me. But I eventually just decided to go for my passion, and I discovered the music and sound production course in Cavan Institute. I immediately fell in love with audio and music production, and I discovered a whole new world of career possibilities that I didn't even know existed. The teaching staff were so helpful, and they encouraged me to go on and continue my studies to higher levels. So I progressed on to Dkit, where I studied the BA in the production of music and audio, and subsequently a Master of Arts in Music Technology. I felt that I had an advantage going into higher level college as a PLC student over someone, say, going straight from Leaving Cert, because I had had those 2 years of studying, which gave me time to mature, helped me, become more confident, and helped me discover what I wanted to do career-wise. I would highly recommend anyone going to college to consider further education and PLC courses, because they provide you with a skill set that you wouldn't have going to higher education, which actually makes that transition a lot less daunting. Cavan Institute helped me to discover my passion, and now I actually teach in further education, which is not a career path that I ever saw for myself when I started studying all those years ago. Studying a PLC course can help open up a whole world of career possibilities and provide you with the skills needed to help you follow those career paths. I can't recommend Cavan Institute enough. Not only do they, you receive a high quality education, which sets you up for your future career, but you also have a lot of fun while you're doing it. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm going to hand you back to Brenda now.
Thanks a million. Thanks, Laura. And there's nothing like hearing firsthand from students. So thanks to you, and thanks to Dylan for sharing those experiences with us this evening. So I think Sue is up next, and I'm going to just pass over to her. You there, Sue?
Hi everyone, my name is Sue King. I'm one of the music tutors at Cavan Institute. Music performance is an exciting one-year course that leads to a QQI Level 5 certificate in music. It's suitable for anyone who would like to develop their technical performance skills, creativity and musicianship. Many of our past students have used this course to prepare themselves for interviews, applications and progression to Level 7 and Level 8. Courses in Dkit or BIM or similar courses, equally students have progressed directly to work in the music industry as live performers or in a recording studio or theatre. When you choose to study with us, you will get the opportunity to focus on your performance skills both individually and as part of a group. The course combines a study of instrumental techniques as well as music theory and practice, with the opportunity to engage with a range of musical styles from rock, jazz, blues, Irish, trad and world music. Through combined commitment to practice, you will develop the discipline that is required for work in the music industry. Some of the other modules include embed production, music industry studies, team working, music technology, work experience and music theory and practice. Many of these subjects overlap and are geared towards teaching you about the different stages, roles and skills involved in staging a live performance. You will organise, plan and perform at regular, exciting live events that will be hosted in our new performance space. We have state-of-the-art facilities, and our instrument range includes 2 Yamaha U3 acoustic pianos, drum kits and a range of amps for guitar and bass players, which are available for rehearsals. All our students learn basic keyboard skills while studying with us. You will also be involved in planning a larger scale event as part of a team. Previous events have been held in venues such as the Town Hall in Cavan, the Rammer Theatre and the Imperial Hotel in Cavan. Theatre performance is also a one-year course which leads to QQI Level 5 in theatre performance. Students engage in many modules such as acting skills and techniques, event production, theatre performance, film and acting, performance craft and theatre studies. Students will have the opportunity to visit and work in a professional theatre and will develop their skills in public speaking, performance and self-confidence. The theatre course combines creative ideas and abilities from its participants and engages them in problem solving, collaboration and team working. Just like the performance course, there will be an opportunity to plan and perform in an end of year public event to round up the year's work. Back to you, Brenda. Thank you.
Brilliant, Sue. Thanks a million for filling us in there on the performance courses at Cavan Institute. And I think we're going to have time for a few questions here at the end of this session. So I know there from the Q&A somebody was asking, can you go into second year in Dundalk IT? Daire, maybe I'll pass that one over to you if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem, Brenda. Yeah, you absolutely can go into second year in DKIT. It all depends on your results, and we have a really good record of students achieving that. So, you know, you keep the standard up while you're here, and DKIT will be looking for students to fill places that they have in second year. So our course is perfect for leading on to that, and it happens on a very regular basis. So yes, it's very, very possible to do that.
And Daire, people were also asking about how many people there are in the class. So just in the music production class, what kind of numbers are you talking about? Yeah,
so you know, we have the luxury of having smaller classes than other places. So, you know, there could be 15 in your year, and if you have 15 in your year, you generally will have a smaller group for the practical subjects. So you're not all clamoring over gear to try and use it together. Everyone gets their fair turn at it, and the classes are nice and small, and we can work really well because of that.
Great, Daire. And do you know, if you don't mind, Dylan, can I just bring you back on there in a second, because I think people really love hearing from the students from first-hand experience. How did you find the time in the studio? Did you get much hands-on time in the studio?
Yeah, absolutely. We got, there's at least 3 days of the week where you spend completely in the studio. You get to use all the equipment, the desks, the amps, the microphones and everything. Yeah, it was great. I feel like we got to use a bit of everything that a music producer would use at every day in their work, you know.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? And like, I know people are always asking as well, like, what digital audio workstations do you learn on the different courses? Can you just tell us a little bit more about your experience of DAWs at Cavan Institute?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I was mentioning earlier, we get qualified in Pro Tools in second year. We also get to work a little bit with Reason. Reason is more kind of for the electronic music side. We also get to experience Audacity. You use Audacity when you're working with the radio equipment. And then also you get a little bit of experience with Reaper as well. You kind of get a little bit of a gauge for all of them because they're all kind of similar to work with, you know, but definitely you get to experience all DAWs pretty much.
Brilliant, Dylan. Thanks a million. And sorry to be putting you on the spot there as well. So Sue, can I just ask you as well, there's a question coming in there for you about performance. Do you need to be able to read music to do the music performance course?
Hi Brenda, great question. No, it's not essential at all, and through music theory and practice you learn how to read music from the offset. Some students do come in with leaving cert music, in fact, but we'll start at the beginning and work from there with individuals. So no, it's not essential that you read music, just that you're happy to start that journey.
And Sue, I know we often get students that are kind of sitting at home. They haven't studied, you know, music before. Maybe they don't play an instrument, but they can sing. You know, would this course be for them?
Absolutely, and singing is, you know, the first instrument and the most natural and easiest to carry around. Lots of our singers have come in. Some of them have got together with a band. They form bands in the course, or with a guitarist or piano player, and they go from there. So absolutely, all instrumentalists and singers welcome.
And Sue, do you want to just maybe tell our viewers here this evening just a little bit, just maybe about performances as well? I know there's lots of musicians out there that are, you know, plucking away at their guitars at home. They're just dying to get going with other musicians. So do they get much of an opportunity to do that as part of the course?
Absolutely, Brenda, they do. There are lots of rehearsal sessions. There are lots of live performances at Halloween and Christmas, and at the end of the year. So lots of opportunity to practice and perform within class time, and then lots of students get together and they rehearse in a rehearsal space and work away themselves. So it's incorporated in many subjects. Also, they would when they're doing performances, they would through event production, they might have organised the event, and then we can tick a box for work experience. It covers work experience as well. So performance is part of many of the other modules as well. And lots of fun.
Loads of fun, and I have to say this department as well really adds a buzz to life in Cavan Institute. We're very excited about an upcoming development in the department as well. We're getting a fantastic suite of production suite in a new facility that we're really looking forward to. We've always been very proud of the students that we've produced and the experiences that we've given them. But really going forward, we really are going to have a new state-of-the-art facilities. I know Daire certainly can't wait to be getting in there, and Dylan will have to invite you back as well, to come in and to use our new facilities. So this one's for you, Laura. But Dylan mentioned earlier on that he felt really well equipped to go on to Dkit, to progress, to go on to higher education, to go on to his level 8 degree. How did you find your time in Cavan Institute prepared you for your studies in Dkit?
Great question, Brenda. Absolutely. As I said earlier, I felt that I had that advantage going into higher education as a PLC student, because I had so much experience preparing assignments, whether it's academic or recording in the studio, that I wouldn't have had if I had gone straight to Dkit after my leaving cert, which was amazing to have those study skills that are so essential going into higher education, knowing how to write academically, knowing how to record music, even though the recording equipment in Cavan Institute is slightly different to the recording equipment in Dkit. The principles are the same, you just have to learn how to use the gear. But I felt I had that level of confidence and that level of knowledge that really just gave me an advantage over the students who were joining Dkit straight from leaving cert, because I noticed myself that I was a lot more confident, which I definitely wouldn't have been if I was a leaving cert student going straight to higher education as well, which was amazing. And I can't recommend Cavan Institute and PLC courses enough for that, because it gives you that time to develop and figure out what you want to do as a career, because it's such a difficult choice coming straight from school. So those skills were really invaluable for me going on to higher education.
Brilliant, Laura. Thanks a million for that. I know Dylan mentioned earlier on as well, and I think I'm going to be sending this question to Daire, but Dylan mentioned earlier on that he very much felt prepared to either go on to higher education or indeed to progress into the workplace, that you really felt that you were equipped with the skills. And I know the music department have a lot of interaction and engagement with industry to make sure that our students are on task, that they're trained up in the in industry standard software, that they have the skills that employers are looking for, that they can jump in, as you say, Dylan, and that they're hands-on. We have, as I said, very good industry links, and we're really lucky in Cavan that we have Presonus as well out on the Dublin Road, who have been a huge friend to Cavan Institute. Maybe Daire, you'd maybe like to just elaborate a little bit more on that, and maybe also the fantastic sponsorship that Presonus have also given us.
Yeah, no problem. So as I said before, we're always looking to link with industry, because we're a very industry orientated kind of course in terms of audio production. So there's loads of different jobs, like we said before, and there's different levels of education needed for the different types of jobs. So going and doing a degree and all that kind of stuff is really good for a certain amount of jobs, but there's a huge amount of jobs that our course is perfect for, to go straight out into industry after you finish it. And we really give the students an opportunity to kind of study these things in the comfort of a classroom and be able to ask questions, and then they go and get their work experience as well, where they're a little bit more under pressure and learning on the job. So it's really the perfect situation you could possibly ask for. So in linking with industry, Presonus Europe are there in Cavan, which is great, and our Win Big song contest, which took a break last year but is returning now. They sponsored a prize of 1,000 quid's worth of Presonus gear for the school that won. So we're really delighted with that, and we're looking forward to next year, so that we can hear all this original music coming in and work with schools and have the experience running the events, which the students all do, and gain lots of experience while they're in the college, as well as work experience. So I don't know if I actually answered your question, but maybe you can tell me if I did or not.
Yeah, absolutely did, Daire. So yeah, thanks a million for that. Look, folks, we've run out of time there this evening. So thanks a million to Daire and Sue and Laura and Dylan. Thanks a million for your inputs there this evening, and thank you to you all for attending this evening's event. So we really hope that you've taken away some useful information about the courses in the Music, Sound and Performing Arts department, and that you've also gained a deeper understanding about what FE courses can offer you in this area. So hopefully we've answered all of your questions. The moderators were beavering away there in the background. But if you still have more questions after the session, please go onto our website, get onto the live chat. It's active every weekday from 9 to 5. It's going to be going on during the summer as well. And you can always contact the college by emailing admin@cavaninstitute.ie, and we would be more than delighted to answer any questions that you might have. We have a really excellent website. There's loads of stuff on there about course content, about progression, about course fees. You can keep up to date with everything that's going on in the college by following us on social, on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And there's lots of testimonials, student testimonials there as well on our website channel, on our website and our YouTube channel. It'll give you an excellent feel for what life is like in Cavan Institute. So lastly, just like to once again thank our wonderful tutors from this department here this evening. They're so passionate about their courses and about what they do, and they'll absolutely support you throughout your course next year. And thanks a million to Dylan as well, and to Laura for their contributions this evening. Thanks to our moderators in the background, particularly to Ciara and Aisling, for managing this week of virtual events, which is this is the last evening now of our virtual open evenings. Just to mention, there's a lunchtime session tomorrow on student finance. Check it out from 1:15 to 1:45. And if you missed any of our sessions this week, you can access them afterwards. They're all recorded. So any of you sitting your Leaving Cert in June, the very best of luck for you. It's not Leaving Cert weather just yet, but we're nearly there. The very best of luck. And that's it from the Department of Music, Sound and Performing Arts this evening, and that's it for the virtual open evenings this week as well. We'll be having lots more content going out there on social, so make sure and follow us. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to meeting you again soon. Thanks a million. Bye bye.